Hi again, everybody. This is a fairly recent drop as it pertains to games. It recently came out. Now, it's been out for a while on PC, but it was recently ported to the PS5 here and Xbox as well. The immediate comparisons that you'll see throughout the community is Skyrim. So if you like those kind of games, this is a hands-down, no-brainer recommendation. It does borrow certain gameplay mechanics from, say, Skyrim, but they do just enough here, in my opinion, to also be its own entity while also sharing similarities of Skyrim. What I will say, is that it is challenging. I'm playing this on normal difficulty, by the way. What makes this game really interesting is we're in nightfall here. And if you look around and you see all of these different, almost like goldish light, flaming glare things surrounding the environment, I believe they refer to that here within the story. It's called the weirdness. And when night falls, the weirdness comes out. This added light thing. What happens is enemies become more volatile. They become more dangerous. And from what I've gathered, they become tougher opponents. This game, at least on normal difficulty, is, in my opinion, very challenging. The reason I say that is because you can easily end up in areas in the map where you probably shouldn't be, where you are under-leveled, and you will that will be reflected by an enemy. They will remind you quickly that you may not be strong enough to take on. And enemies will gang up on you. And they are pretty relentless. So it shares a similarity to Dying Light, where things seem to be a little more dangerous at night. So that makes it different. Take a look at the map. Obviously, all of this black area, dark area here, haven't been to. Okay, I think this is the whole map. I've done a little bit of reading on the game. I believe the game is broken down into 3 different maps or 3 different regions. So there's a lot here. This is, again, as it says in the title, this is an indie studio that I knew nothing about. To my understanding, this is their first game, video game. Prior to that, they were doing a lot of board games, actual like physical board games, and maybe digital versions of board games. I'm not sure about that, but again, to my understanding, this is their first shot at a like open world RPG, and there are signs of Skyrim fandom throughout the game. I think the developers were big fans of Skyrim, or at least some of their people, and they said, we'd like to do something like that, but how can we make it a little bit different? So far, I'm really enjoying it. I think I like the Skyrim type of feel. You can play this in first or third person. Here's third person here, my character currently. It is recommended that you stick with first person. That's how it's intended to be played, but they recently added the third person perspective. So, is it playable in third person? Yes. And you can switch back and forth at any time freely. But I would recommend first person. My only real complaint thus far with this game, and I'm sure they'll hash it out. I've been experiencing a lot of stuttering, and still screen tearing, and there's been 2 patches since launch. The initial day 1 release patch, and there was one just, was it yesterday or the day before of this broadcast. I don't seem to notice too much of a difference. I hear Xbox is having the same problem. It seems to be more rampant on consoles, where PC, I'm hearing it's not as much. I'm sure they'll figure it out. And it is a small studio, so I'm willing to forgive a little bit. I think it's only between 50 and 80 people, roughly. And that might be a little high. It's a very small studio. I think it's a Polish studio. I recently completed the first main thing. Without getting too much into detail, again, you are held captive, and you somehow, without going into spoilers, you somehow get free, and you're in a whole prison area. And I took a lot of time with that. That's in the demo. By the way, I should also mention, I believe the demo is still live here on PS5. And it's free. You can play a demo and try it out firsthand for yourselves and see if it's something that you would dig or not. Again, the demo is free. I put about 5 hours into the demo. I took my time with it. And I knew after playing it, even with some of its jank and stuttering, that I knew that this game was pretty cool. There is a whole story here. And the leveling system, there he is. There's Golden Threat, official. The official Golden Threat, not to be confused with some of these imposters, if you will. Again, just like a lot of open world games, new areas you discover, you get a little bit of XP. I don't know what the...
How are you doing today, JD?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Glad to see that you're doing good, GT. Your streams are always awesome with shadows. As long as, you're the first one in the door, of course, you're always VIP. You got questions or things that you want to see or you're curious about, I'll try to accommodate the best I can. Again, gameplay, it is similar to Skyrim. Again, I'll show you. I just showed this, but GT, if you wanted to play first person, that is...
This is a first person game.
Yes. However, it is recommended to play this in first person. But if you want to play this in third, you can do that as well. Here's my character so far. That is going to change based on the attire that I find. It is open world. It is broken down into 3 major sections, to my understanding. There are 3 areas that open up as you progress throughout the map. Or 3 different regions. I'm not 100% on that, but I know there's 3 different sections. I don't know how they're going to handle it. So there's your first and third person. I like that you can put your stuff away and just look around. I'll show you the map. Here's the map. Here's areas in which I've been, I think. That's why it's highlighted. All this dark section I have not been.
Ooh snap, they have dual third person and first person view is good.
Yes. Again, giving the player options. I've heard that it's...
Map size is massive.
I've heard that it runs a little rougher in third person during combat. I haven't really tried that out because I like the first person perspective. Um, and again, it's recommended that you play it in first over third. Um, these are shrines that you find, as the one that I just walked up on now. If you have certain things in your inventory, I think certain shrines you have to have certain things in your inventory before you get granted whatever they give you. I don't know if those repeat. Like, I don't know if I can come back to this shrine later and get something again later on if I'd want to. I don't know. Um, but I really like the look of the game. I like that it's got an old feel while also kind of doing just enough to look cool. I really like the game so far. I give it an 8 to a mid 8. The reason why I can't give it any further than that, based on where I'm at, one personal minor gripe: if you look down, can't see my feet. That's always a little thing that I get hung up on. Where's my feet? What's up with that? Um, that's just a dumb minor quirky thing of me. And with 2 patches so far, this game on consoles primarily is it's having some issues. I've had crashes. It may happen during the stream. I don't know. Um, when combat gets a little hectic, the game, it just boom, kicks you back to the main PlayStation menu, and it notifies you, and then you can send a report. That seems to be happening on both Xbox and PlayStation right now, even with 2 patches. There is some stuttering, crashing, and a little bit of screen tearing.
First experience, but crashed, flushed face.
Yeah, yeah. Again, a little bit of screen tearing, a little bit of stuttering still. To me, it's not enough to say, this game is trash, this game is junk, this game is blah, blah, blah. No. Would you like to see more polish before a game releases? Obviously. However, as I said before, this is a small studio. This is a Polish studio. Arcadia. Yeah. I mean, that's just a little minor quirky gripe of mine. I mean, it's not hating on the game. It's not hating on the developer. It's just me personally. You know, I feel less like a floating camera when my character can look down and be like, "Oh, look at my shoes. Are these Jordans or are these N1s or what? Oh, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what I'm wearing because I got, yeah." But
Acadia in the MF building. The game is best ROG of the year, bro.
ROG. RPG. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Best RPG of the year? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe so far. Maybe. The only reason I say that is because we don't have Crimson Desert yet. We don't have Crimson Desert yet, and I feel like that's going to be a strong contender for RPG of the year. I think there's mad potential for that to just blow the lid off of things. So I don't know. We'll see. And then Hell Is Us. I don't know if that's RPG. I think it is, but that's another one that's on my radar.
Hope it doesn't
Strong.
JD.
Crimson Desert. Sounding like it might.
Yup,
It just may.
RPG good or true.
Yeah, the Crimson Desert may be pushed out a little bit. We'll see. We'll see about that. To me, these are the kinds of games where I like learning. I don't like seeing a lot of stuff on it. I like learning as I play. I like finding different things.
Fingers crossed.
For example, check this out. Finding different things and knowing how to use them and what they're used for as far as crafting and cooking and what you can make. Like right now, I haven't been here and I just rolled up on, I can get some iron ore out of this. And how that works is, in your character inventory, I'll give you a better look here. Again, here's my character. He's already looking pretty cool. I mean, come on. That looks pretty sick. And I know there's people that piss and moan and the graphics are this. It should have been on Unreal Engine 5. It's 2025. It's blah blah blah. You know what? I got something to tell you, inverted dickheads. Uh, it's a small studio. It's only between 50 and 70 people, roughly, give or take. Very small studio, and this is their first shot at an open world
Graphics
game.
looking
Pri-
pretty good to me.
prior to this, they were only doing like board games, and I think maybe digital versions of board games. I think. This is their first big game. Cut them some slack. They're Polish. They're, you know,
Third person see full body including feet face with tears of joy.
yes. Yeah, I guess if I really wanted to have a foot fetish, right, I could play in third person the whole time. You're right, yes. I know. That's one way to. But as I ramble here, and I apologize, what was I going to show you guys? This I don't know yet. I got a question mark here. It's going to be interesting. Fuel your bonfire with ether real cobweb to identify what this is. So you get like kind of like a roll of the dice. Like, what's this going to
PS5
be?
Pro for smooth running.
Yeah. Well, GT's on that PS5 Pro. I am not, unfortunately. I'm gonna wait on that for a while. I think, unfortunately. You know, money is I
Now
can't be
speak your mind, JD. We need your truth.
I can't be doing that right now, unfortunately. But hats off to the people that do. No hate, no jealousy. I think that's awesome. Um, God, there's so much that can be said, and I ramble. I'm such a. What was I gonna say? Oh, somewhere in the inventory here. As you can see, I've already gathered a lot of stuff, and I'm learning how to make recipes for buffs and for health. Um, I've done my best to avoid any spoilers of the game because I like that sense of discovery,
Never apologize, Jay. It's your journey.
Especially with RPG games like this. I appreciate that, Kadia. Um, I like that sense of discovery, the sense of not knowing, the sense of what is this. Kind of like when I was a little kid and you'd go up to those egg machines, you'd drop quarters in those vending machines in
Yes,
stores,
sir.
and you'd be like, "Oh, what's going to get out? What kind of junk am I going to get out of this plastic egg?" And then you open up and you feel like you just got a prize, you know what I mean, or a Cracker Jack box, same kind of thing. Um, I get that little bit of dopamine from games like this still, where it brings the kid out a little bit in me. I'm not ashamed to admit it. And I like when open world games have that sense of discovery or wonderment or what
Right.
am I going to get? You know, what is it? And how, is it going to be beneficial? Is it going to be something I can sell? You know, how's it going to benefit me? So, um, somewhere, and yes, there is character creation in the
I
beginning.
have high hopes for this game.
You know what? It exceeded my expectations already. And the only reason I say that is because when I saw trailers, I'm like, yep, Skyrim, like, man, not a bad thing. Looks cool. But will it be, fun to play? That's the big thing. And I gotta say that Kingdom Come, personally for me, those Kingdom Come games, not fun to play. Just was not enjoying it. Nope. Avowed.
Compliments are good.
I saw stuff on Avowed, and it looked cool, looked very cool, and graphically it looked sharp, but just didn't look fun to me. This the second I started playing it, and I felt kind of that Skyrim nostalgia. Um, it was fun to play. Oh yeah, this is what I'm doing here. The pickaxe, you can keep it in your inventory. You have several slots here, weapon loadouts. So one, two, three, four, essentially four different weapon loadouts that you can access on the fly. And I try to keep the pickaxe and a shovel ready because once you have it in your inventory, if it's there in one of your main slots, all you got to do is hit triangle, and you don't have to equip it; it just comes up, and
Nice
then keep
touch.
tapping triangle. And then I just got some more iron ore. And then you want to go back to your weapon. You go to the wheel, and just like that, I've got fireball cast in my right hand here. Wham! And then I've got a little sword here in my left. You can change that to your liking. If you want the magic in your left, and you want the sword in your right, if you're more right-handed, you can do that. And then in the bottom right hand of the screen, my directional pad on the controller, these are different foods that I've crafted. So you can have potions and foods in a little quick wheel as well. And each has different benefits. Oh, I'll show you this too. As I switch weapon layout, let's go to this. Now, I don't have a sword or anything. I think I got a club that I'm going to equip in my left hand. But this is really cool. This here, if I had an enemy nearby, here we go. Is this guy? Oh boy. You see, okay, you see in the left, you see the top bar, the red bar, that's my health. The blue bar, that's your magic, your spell energy. The bottom bar, the green, is your stamina, okay? And how you manage that. What's cool about this is, wham! You can take not only am I draining his health with this, but I'm also gaining health from it. And the other thing that this does that Skyrim doesn't is there's a quick dodge. And it uses stamina, but man, it comes in handy. Look at that. Woo! And using that dodge button, man, that's essential. That can keep you in a fight longer. But as you see here again, I'm playing this on normal difficulty, and these guys, they're brutal. They take some health from you.
It pretty much beats Skyrim from what I've seen so far.
In my opinion, it does enough to set it apart from Skyrim, while also being kind of a love letter to Skyrim and Skyrim fans. And that's not a bad thing. It really isn't. So, okay, let's see. What do I do? Get 10% movement speed multiplier. Requires antler fragments. So that hunting confirmed. So you have to take out some wildlife and present antlers to this shrine, and they will in return give you a movement speed make offering with animal parts. Very cool. That's different. That's a little different take on the shrine thing. As you can see, I'm sure you could see it reflected in the stream here. The stuttering at times. And I've had crashes, especially during combat. I've had it where the game just says, "Nope, not today." So again, that's a gripe that eventually, hopefully, they will patch out, even though they've had 2 patches already. So the game's now, well, it's not perfect by any means, but again, we live in an imperfect world. This is a fast travel point that I found. There's a side quest that if I go to my list, I wanted to do, but the problem is I think I missed my opportunity, maybe? I don't know. Because this was when I was back in the prison. This one here. Yeah. Katrin died in childbirth in one of the cells at the island. Should I tell her husband the truth? So, and I've got that active right now. So if I look on the map, where is it? Oh, Mother Shrine. See, these are shrines. Could this be it? Shadow of the Horns. I don't think that's because I haven't been here. That's why it's all dark. See, that confuses me a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if I missed that opportunity or not because that was back in the prison area. Yeah. All right. Right. Sorry. Right. That's some of the opening sequences, and I may have missed that. I don't know. But let's eat one of these. Well, that didn't give me much health at all. The other thing I like about this that I think is okay. All right. Apologies. You're right. Man, punch my face. The other thing that I really like about this that's different from what I've seen, and maybe it's been in other games and I've just not seen, but this is cool. I'll show you guys this. This is a nice little. I should be able to right here, away from everybody. Look, and I got a nice view. Look at this. So now, let's see if this works. Blocked, uneven terrain. Okay, so we're learning. Okay, so we can't do that because it's uneven. So maybe if we, here we go. There. We'll set right here. Boom. You can set up a little fire anywhere as long as the...
Does this have multiplayer?
It does not. Does not have multiplayer. Would be cool. Co-op probably would be cool too. No multiplayer. This is strictly a single-player game. So when you set up you can set up a fire pretty much anywhere in the world as long as you just saw the terrain is even. You can rest, but then you can also cook. And I found some recipes in the game already. I found recipes, and you can craft as long as you have the resources. You can make food at any time in the world when things are chill. Like I'm gonna set up camp and mashed potatoes.
It's a fire single player and it's a classic.
Okay, I'm gonna look into that. I think I saw a little trailer or something on that, and that looked interesting as well. I'll have to check that out. Hunter stew, dang. I mean, yeah. Let's craft that. Let's make that. Dang, 120 health over 60 seconds. It's pretty good. Hunter stew is no joke.
Potatoes a staple.
I mean, yeah, yeah. Like I said, there's things that if you know, right? You're gonna be like, oh yeah, they did do some, kind of copy some things, and then people will hate on that. Be like, they're just a ripoff. It's like a Wish Skyrim or a Temu Skyrim. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. What it is it's a respect. It's a love for the genre and games like that. And they said, you know what? Let's make our own game, but take some of those elements and put it in. Why is that a bad thing? Why do people want to make it seem like that's like it's such a negative thing? It isn't. Musicians do it all the time. DJs have done it for years, sampling other DJs' tracks and putting it in theirs. It's not meant to be like, you want to be like, no. I don't know, but maybe I look at things differently too. I don't know. I don't. when you're so quick to get pissy and hate on things, really, you really gotta.
This generation is weird and they think backwards.
Like, facts, dude. 100%. Absolutely. The other thing that's the point of these campfires, is you use your campfires to level up. So if you earn a tribute, there's a
My
whole set
sister's
here for
kitchen was
tribute
worse, so
points.
I went with sweet potatoes.
Oh man, that sounds really good right now. Yeah, I love me some candy yams, sweet potatoes. I love me soul food. I mean, all of that. All of that. Yeah, and like sweet potato pie, and like I love all of that. Always have.
Just do you streaming is hard.
Right. Thank you, Arcadia. Um, so these, I have 1 point that I can put into any one of these. Um, 1 point available. Although right now, okay. So endurance, and then this is where it can get really crazy. You have your skill trees, and you get separate points for that as well. So look, you got your strength bracket here. Uh, basic strength, and you have unarmed for when if you want to do like fisticuffs type combat.
Don't forget to hit the like button, check mark button.
Appreciate that, GT. And then your one-handed combat, general. But then, and this is just one tab within the skill. Then you got your endurance, your dexterity, your spirituality, your perception, your practicality. Like you can go crazy with this. You can put time into this and build your character how you want. And then it looks as though it might be multi-tiered as well. Like once you put a skill into one thing, I'll show you. Like I put a skill point here. It looks like
Character
there's
development stacked up on this too. I streamed one time, never again, but I love live real peoples.
okay. Um, the great thing about doing this kind of thing, or at least trying it out, is it's kind of like an old shoe. You may not feel like it sometimes, and that's fine. But the great thing about, you know, clothes and old shoes and stuff that you like, or you put down and say, nah, not that, you can always try it back on. You can always pick it up and try it again at any time. But, like you said, do you. It looks as though it branches off into 3 other specs, um, where you can keep upgrading it in one thing, maybe. But that's what it looks like. Um, so again, this is RPG through and through, and you can go pretty deep with it and make your character builds. I some of this I don't know yet, like the fuel. I don't know how that works. The weird soul, restore your spent abilities and regain weird soul power. Okay, I think I know what that is. I think I know what that is, and I'm not gonna go into detail with it. That gets discovered early in the game, like in the very beginning. Like I said, I've put a couple hours in early, and I'm still. These are the, and then as that's another thing from Skyrim. The more you do certain things, there's a separate leveling system for that as well. So, for cooking, I'm building that up just because I cooked. You become, it's like a leveling system automatically, just like in Skyrim. Um, we've got to put some more food into our inventory. Let's drop a hunter stew in there.
What it do mean? I streamed one time, never again, but I love live real peoples. Right on. It's more an American thing, bro. I lays me, myself, and I.
I think I was down in this area, and these enemies are relentless. These guys they gang up on you. There's like 4 or 5 guys, and once one is alerted, they're on you. And I got decimated. I think they're down on the shoreline, down there where all that is, I think.
Thinking face.
Again, this is still very early in the game. Very early. I mean, I haven't done much in the way of quests. Just exploring. And I'm seeing a lot of different fauna and things that don't know what they're going to do. But I'm sure it's for alchemy and cooking. That's usually...
Right.
I think I got enough daffodils.
Beer and whiskey has well hit home on me.
Oh yeah? Not a bad thing, huh? Okay, this guy is gonna... highly doubt he's friendly. Then again, he doesn't have a red icon, but maybe it's because he's not alerted yet. Are you friendly, or are you gonna... We don't take kindly to your kind around here. Let's see what happens here. I'm not gonna attack him yet. Okay. So he's mining, and he's minding his own business. Okay, it's an American. Some of the text is repeating, and I'm not always... If I'm missing comments, I apologize, because there was a thing that happened here. Copper ore, yes. Yes, we will have that.
Lol, redneck speak.
Redneck speak, okay. Okay. Before we see if we can go in that door, what's... anything else around here? I love some of the relaxation, too, that comes with these type of games. I think I got enough iron ore for now, but, you know, playing at your leisure, not being a speedrunner, learning the game, enjoying the game.
Time limit here like an arc raider?
A time limit. No. It is, you're free to explore freely. As you can see, I'm not in a quest. I'm just wandering around. And no, there is no time limit, like an extraction. Miner's tunnels. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hello.
Nice.
Up there, it's their time. Down here, it's our time. Yeah. Goonies. Oh my, I better have a weapon out, because I have a feeling there's going to be a problem in here. Oh boy. All right. Well, you got a better little camp here. Check this guy out. He's just in here chilling. This is how you cook. You don't have to worry about anybody coming around trying to get your food. You know, bringing a plate. An egg? Yes, I love eggs. I'll take that. Give me an apple? Sure.
In drank and you apologized again. Stop already. Talk as if we're not here.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Arcadia. You got it. All right. You keep on doing your thing. Very good. Here's something else that's really cool that I haven't done yet, you guys. I just picked up a flame resin. Um, and in the flame resin here, you can put it on your weapon somehow, and then it's a temporary buff. You know, then your sword will be on fire. But it doesn't last forever. Um, I haven't figured because I found a blood one too. That once you smear it on your sword or your weapon or whatever, then it's like each strike drains blood too. So there's these different things that they, but I haven't tried that yet. Don't mind me, guy. I'm just going through your stuff here and see. I mean no harm. I just appreciate you sharing with me. Cabbage, I can use that in one of my recipes. I remember that.
Interesting.
I already have some of those white buttons. It's like a mushroom kind of thing. Uh, yeah. This is your bedding. That's where you sleep. Okay, good job. Very nice. I don't need that. Ooh, your lettuce, I'll take some of that. Hey, thank you for letting me take this stuff without freaking out. That's awesome. Most people would be like, hey, that's mine. This is my little area, and you're taking all my food, taking all my resources. Who do you think you are? And this guy is just sitting there, and then, oh boy. Is he taking a nap now? Was he just sitting? Sure enough. He was sitting down, and he's like, oh, help yourself, I'm tired. I'm just going to go to sleep. You just, like Arcadia said, pretend I'm not here. Just, I'm going to sleep anyway. You have what you want. Nice guy. Oh man, he's got some stuff, huh? Potatoes, some spirit. I can use those to make health. Health potions is why. Tomato. Don't know what I use the wood yet for. Garlic.
Streaming 101. Been watching
Meat.
since 2015. Okay, hand beer mug.
Awesome. Get some leather. Some silk fiber. Don't have any of that. Sure. Parsley. I already have a pickaxe. I don't need that. Carrot. Yeah, we're gonna make like a vegetable stew. Hopefully I get a recipe for like a veggie stew or something. That'd be sick. Tomato, garlic. Absolutely. Sure do. We'll get some red fin carbs. There's fishing in the game, by the way. Haven't done that yet either. That I do know. You can fish. But I'm finding stuff without fishing. Another carp. Why, this guy's gonna wake up and be like, man, you cleaned me out, didn't you? Sheep's head. I think that's a type of fungus, like a type of mushroom or plant. Flour, it seems you use in multiple recipes for cooking, so that's always a good thing. Ooh, butter and milk. That's a
Yes,
good thing
sir.
too. Fishing rod. Don't have one of those yet. There it is. I got a fishing rod now. I didn't have one. Got one now. Haven't done any of that. It's awesome. Alright, I think that's enough looting. Let me look and see how am I doing with my weight system. Okay, so 51 of 135. We're still good with my, as they say, encumbrance being weighed down, carrying too much. We're good. We're good so far. We're good. Man, what can I make? Do you have any, like, a cookbook around here, maybe? You got a recipe? Anything you recommend? Maybe? Maybe he's got, like, a little recipe. I'm going to try to wake this guy up and talk to him. Well, he's all like a light. Sure not waking up these days. Alright. Hopefully I can come back. I feel like maybe he'll... But I let him go to sleep. Whoa. There's more down here. What's happening? As you'll notice, some of the stuttering too, the game auto saves every 5 minutes. Now you can
Old
set that to
system
3
knew all
minutes.
about that.
Yeah. The game auto saves like every 5 minutes. So what's great about that is when the game, in the event that the game does crash on you, it's very likely that it's saved fairly recent. So you're not going to lose a lot of progress, you know? Okay, so this is where I came in. Okay. Let's go to the left. What's down here? And is there more up this way? Oh my. What a nice little cave. Look at, he's got stuff up here too. This guy, blueberries. He turned my daughter into a blueberry. Okay. Anything else? Some oats, a bear pelt. That'll probably be worth some money. Absolutely. Sweet. Oh man, I got some good stuff out of this guy. That was
Can you
cool.
turn autosave off, though?
I believe so. I believe. Let's take a look right now. Let's go in the options. Um, Autosave. On, off. Yes, you can shut it off. If you have it on, there's increments of 5, 10, and 3 minutes if you want. So, yes. Then if you want to make your main third person, you can do that. My main is first. It's just a preference. So there are some different settings here. They did confirm they're working on resolution, um, and upping that for consoles. They're still working on that right now. So it's locked because it was causing more issues. So they're still working on that. Um, yeah, there's different preferences on what you want. You can do button remapping as well. You can switch buttons around if you're not comfortable with certain things. They give you a few options there if you want to have different prompts.
FPS?
Frames per second. It's targeting 60 right now. And that may, like I said, they're working it out. They're having issues with console stability. So, again, being a small studio, I've heard that more stuff is coming as far as patches and allowing for different things. So yes, I mean this. No wonder why he's tired. This guy,
Ooh,
he
okay.
goes out and he just
Target 60 running at 30.
yeah. It's kind of what it feels like at times, Arcadia. I'm not gonna lie, but and I'm sure GT would agree too. Is like growing up on games and some of the older games that we played and cartridges and whatnot. I don't look at it as like, oh, this game's trash. Everything should be Unreal and everything should be 60 or whatever. What the heck? Um, and like I said, it's just more stuff that'll improve over time. I thought that was a creature standing there. I'm an idiot. Sharpening stone, we'll take that. Iron ore, do we really need more of that right now? Don't want to weigh myself down with a lot of that for now. Man, this place is a lot bigger than I thought. This little cave, this mining cave. No wonder why he's set up shop in here. This guy knows what he's doing. Holy smokes.
If it's a good game is all that matters, bro.
Absolutely. Facts. Whoa. Yeah, we got some. Okay, we got some. Those are not friendly. Let's take a look around here before we head that way. Anything hidden? Whoa. Hee haw haw haw. Hee. Ah.
Right, we are from an era that has good storyline and good gameplay.
I wonder if I can. I'm gonna try something here. I wonder if this will work. I wonder if I can. If they'll come up and get me. If I'm able to hit them from up here. Can I?
As with the Oblivion remake, it's selling loads.
Right.
Squinting face LJD.
Almost. Up a little more. Can I get him? And, ooh, hit him. Here they come. Stirred up a hornet's nest. Ooh. That might not have been a good idea. Eee. Eee. Relentless, relentless. Holy smokes. Oh, no. Dude. You see what I mean? You gotta be quick. And your stamina, it goes fast when if you're spamming dodge. If you're spamming dodge, your stamina goes real quick. Again, this is low level stuff here. If you're under leveled, you're gonna feel it. You are definitely gonna feel it.
Steeler GT registered timelines copyrighted by OGS.
Yes, I talked with his people, and I'm allotted a certain amount of times per week that I can use that, and I haven't hit my limit yet, so I'm still okay. I think I can only do that like 3 times a week, so that's my first time, so we're good. We're good with the copyrighted catchphrases and stuff. Yes. Phew, man, that was yep, I told you they don't play.
No excuse, alien.
I'm not. Well, all right. Onion bun. See the onion bun that gives you stamina regeneration as well.
You good champ.
So maybe I should
All good.
have that instead. I was hoping they wouldn't be smart enough to come up here and I could be at a point where they're not going to reach me. That'd be sick. See, now I've got to think, like, where can I maybe stand where they're not going to hit me, you know? Like maybe here. I'll be blocked on this side, maybe.
Alien was wrong.
And then maybe I can. Oh, see, they're already detected.
So are you a liberator or destroyer of the land?
Okay, where are they? Let's see if they. Okay, so they're up on my compass there. Ooh, maybe they can't get to me. Oh no. Yep. Okay. Yeah, throw rocks at your buddy. That'd be sweet. Does that work or no?
Destroyer of worlds.
Oh no. Oh no. Might not be a good idea. Hit him, hit him. He dodges. This guy. Oh man. Okay, so the health is slowly going up on that stew that I just ate or whatever it was. Dang.
Clinking beer mugs.
You guys are jerks, aren't you? Taking your brain and I'm taking your blood. Holy smokes, these guys are jerks. Give me that. Taking your brain, I'm taking your blood. I got a number of bone meal and blood caught, so I don't need more of those. All right. Making those stews is huge. Yep. I'll tell you, finding recipes and taking time to craft some food, pretty good idea. And I think his buddy, when he was throwing rocks, I think he hit his buddy in the back, and it inflicted damage. Pretty sure. Yep. Hi.
Remind me of The Witcher.
A little bit. Should have been able to. See, you can miss. Like, you gotta line up your hits. You know what I mean? Wham! If you hold down, like I've got it set up for my controls, right? So if you hold down L2, hold it down and let go, that's a harder strike. You know what I mean? Whereas this is like a quick strike, just tapping it. Same thing with this. You hold down R2 and then you throw if you land a hit, it'll inflict a little bit more damage versus if you just tap it and throw it. But yeah. And I've heard people say, oh, the combat is this, that, and this. It's very simplistic. So what? It doesn't mean that it's not challenging. You can get overwhelmed real fast. And some of these AI, they do have derpy moments, just like any other game. But there are times, too, where they're not. And they're like, oh, look at fresh meat. Let's get them. Yeah. Haven't seen that yet. Another type of mushroom. Silk fiber. Give me that. Give me that. I mean, ale. Absolutely. We use that for making health potions. Milk. Egg. So that's our way out. But who knows what else is. There's a little bit of a slide you can do too, by the way. So if you run and then tap that, you can slide, but then he comes back up. So it can be like if you're getting.
PS Pro is gonna shoot up in price. Sony can't afford the hit.
Right. What's down here? Holy jeez! Oh, I don't want to play today. I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I was just. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you. This is a boss. This is a boss. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. He's chasing. He's chasing. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't have any milk bones to give him. Holy moly. See, where did they save me here? Like, are we still... Okay. So that was over here then? Sure was. I don't know that I can mess with this, dude. Holy man, I'm a little out of my element. Where did he even come from? He morphed or what? Sure don't see anything yet.
Alien beer mug gotcha.
I mean, did he...
Lol.
Yeah, I was just like... Dee 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 dee, and then he literally... Where'd you come from? That's not fair. Just... It's not fair. Did you... Where'd you come from? Because you just morph? Is that what happens? That's not right. He came out of the ground. Here we go. Okay. Oh my god. There's no way. Holy Jesus. Sorry. You are not a nice looking and friendly looking person thing or whatever you are. Ooh. Hit him. Please, no. Did I do any damage to him? I'll tell you what, it sure didn't. I struck him maybe 2 or 3 times. It didn't look like it did anything. I gotta be honest. It didn't look like it took any of his health, literally. I think I shouldn't, we'll try once more to see if I can do damage on this fool, but it didn't look like I did anything.
That's crazy.
Holy crap.
Eyes on the prize, not the comments, starstruck.
Right. Yes. Well, I'll tell you, I'll tell you. I'm gonna go cockeyed here is what's happening. I won't be able to have eyes on anything. Okay, so he pops up out of the ground. Please don't fall. Thank you for doing that. That's great. Why isn't there a Red Bull in the wing in the game? Then I can grow wings and fly above them and hit them. That'd be sweet. Okay, so nice job. He's not coming out until I hit the right area. This apparently is why. So, Yep. Hi. Okay. Here he comes. He's trying to time my... Okay, so it does do a little damage, but holy shoot! So, it takes little chunks off at a time. Here's what I'm getting from this kind of battle right now, and I'm not kidding. It went from Skyrim-like game to Elden Ring a little bit just now with that battle, because he had a hell of a health bar, and that little bit is not doing much to him. But again, this is early in the game, so maybe you get stronger and you can take out bigger guys like this with better stuff. I level up my magic or my bow and arrow. Okay, that was, I don't know that I want to keep trying to mess with that, to be honest with you. So, maybe we'll come back another time.
Need to go level up more.
Yeah. No shame in accepting the fact that, yeah, you're, you know, Steven Seagal wants to still think in his head that he's something else, but I don't think he could go to toe with Jackie Chan. No way. What? Oh my goodness. Alright, so this is what I was talking about before. This is where dying light elements come into the game. Because at night, when this gold ether, this weirdness that they call it, look it. You see what I'm talking about? They don't screw around, and it was like The Walking Dead. They gang up on you. All I did was leave. I left a giant, what do you call, whatever that is, hairless, giant gerbil looking thing. Said, nope, I accept defeat. I'll come back later. And then I'm surrounded, I feel like I'm in The Walking Dead. Like right away, really? I come out and you hit. I mean, jeez. Not fair. That's actually not fair. You know, I come out of the door and you're already in my. Dude. Okay. So, and this is on normal difficulty, by the way. Up.